so in love with you.
Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is gonna be absolutely bonkers. And I just got to Phoenix, you guys. I'm gonna tour Phoenix right now. I'm gonna do 2 videos in Phoenix. One of the primary reasons I came out to Phoenix is Goldman Sachs has Phoenix as one of the metro areas that they believe is gonna experience a 2008 style housing market crash. So that's one of the primary reasons, guys, but not only that, also Phoenix is on the year-over-year price decline list. So there's several things I wanna cover today, guys, in this video. Also, I was able to find over 1,000 Airbnbs in the Phoenix area. So there's an overwhelming amount of investor shares as well for short-term rentals. But you guys, I also read a report that stated that 74% of the locals here in Phoenix are priced out of the housing market. So there appears to be an overwhelming affordability issue in Phoenix. And not to mention that, I also found out that Phoenix is also suffering from a severe drought. So there's a lot of things going on right now. And also, guys, I also looked at Open Door. Open Door has hundreds and hundreds of houses right now that are in the Phoenix area. And you guys know Open Door is basically a flip investor. So they have a lot at stake here in Phoenix. And not only that, you guys, another reason is the new construction. There's an overwhelming amount of new construction here that is just sitting on the market or in various stages of construction. And you guys know that I believe a leading catalyst as far as price crashing and continued price crashing is the surge of inventory for new construction. That's where we're gonna get a lot of new construction. So that's where I'm at as far as this video, guys. And do me a favor, I forgot to ask for all this effort, you guys, all the money I'm spending to fly out here, drive around, and it's not a vacation. This is very painful. I have absolutely no time to do anything. So it's just running and working this whole time. But guys, do me a favor, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, shoot me a comment below. And I went on YouTube to look at a few realtors in this area, and I was listening to what they were saying. And I think that, you know, I think there's just a narrative right now that the housing market's rebounding, buyers are coming back, everything's okay, the job market's fine, you know. But, you know, even in my intro, this opening scene, I'm in a community right now where it's all building. I don't believe there's a single one of these houses and it goes all behind me. Y'all see that? Look at that. This is insane. And then let me pan a little bit behind me as well. Also behind me there, all houses, and the sun's really bad, but all those houses are also being constructed. So I don't know, you guys, so far I don't buy it. You know, this is a lot of inventory right now with no buyers. And, you know, I think they're gonna get hurt. I know they're gonna get hurt. In fact, they can't hold on to these houses. So I'm gonna try to go into the sales office, get some more information about what's going on in this community, and then I'm gonna go to another area and tour a lot of those houses as well. But I wanted to stop here first just because it was on the way, you know, it was about a mile from my hotel, and, you know, look at all this building. And I think you guys saw behind me, let me pan this way as well. That's where I was walking from. So anyways, you guys, you know, and this is why I had it, you know, this is why I hopped on a plane. This is why I want to give you guys boots on the ground data, because I don't believe what I'm hearing. You know, the whole, you know, sentiment changing, you know, is crazy to me. This is kind of what happened last time as well. People were like, you know, it's not going to crash. A lot more people started buying, and a lot of those people were led into financial destruction. So I see that happening here, guys. I don't, you know, it's not going to be an even spread, but it is certainly going to start in areas like in Phoenix, a high level of investor shares, rental market is down, and a lot, and I'm talking, you know, a lot of new construction. Plus it's a pandemic boom town that's extremely unaffordable for the locals. So something's gonna happen in this market, guys. And if you didn't believe that, again, this is just the start of the video. I haven't even shown you barely anything yet. This is just 100 homes, okay? There's a lot more, so stay tuned. We're gonna go to those other communities right now. All right, guys, we got some talking to do. I just left the sales office for Pulte Homes and Syntex Homes, and right now, obviously I'm in Phoenix, but I'm in the Sundance community, and I'm walking through a street right now where basically the price point is $300,000, you know, $300,000 to about $360,000. Now, I talked to the sales rep, you guys, they have actually, let me see if I can pan behind me. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Those are about $400,000, $450,000 homes. That's Pulte. Where I'm walking right now is Syntex, but there is, I can't put into words, you guys, how much new construction is going on right now. But let me talk to you guys about some of the incentives that the rep told me that they're offering right now. So essentially on all the spec homes, they have already cut the price about $35,000. On top of the $35,000, they're also doing 5% off the base price to basically use towards the deal. It's called kind of a flex incentive. You can pretty much do whatever you want with it. So really, you know, really amazing, you guys. Now I'm walking through a community right now that's building 250 homes. And most of these, you guys, almost all of these are not sold. You see all this? And again, notice the work sites. You guys notice how clean this is compared to Texas? This is, you know, they do it right here. And also, you know, I don't know if it's just me or what, but I've also noticed so far, and I don't want to knock Texas, that's where I'm from. Obviously, I love Texas, but it seems like the customer service out here, you know, is a lot better. I don't know if it's because they're desperate or what, but one of the things that I want to point out is not only do they have, you know, houses everywhere. I mean, you guys see, I'm walking through it, both sides, okay? But this community right here, she was really adamant about if you're going to invest in real estate, this is the area you're going to want to do it in. There's no water issues per se in this development. There's other developments where they actually have water issues, but this development, it seems to be, you know, priced right. This is probably where I would come to negotiate. Not now, obviously, because why would we buy right now when there's so much inventory, right? And the narrative is still out there that, you know, everything's going to be okay. But I did ask her, you know, what else they were doing, and she pointed out, let me see if I can pan you guys. So behind me, behind these houses, a little bit that way, they're actually Syntex, as crazy as this sounds, okay? Because look at all these houses. All right, let me pan this way so you guys, there's all that land behind me. Okay, that's where I'm going. That other street over there, guys, there's an entire row that way as well. But which is crazy. The crazy thing is they have another community, like I think she said 2 miles that way, where Syntex is actually building homes for institutional investors to rent out. So it's going to be a build to rent community down that way. But the crazy thing is, guys, by doing the build to own community over there, that's just going to hurt Phoenix's rental market even more. And by doing that, it will flood the market with even more rentals. Investors will have to drop the rent or sell the houses for under market value. I was a little bit worried at first because Lennar stopped putting price cuts on their website, but she basically just told me why. And the reason that is they've already price cutted off they've already taken that price cut off the base price. And I asked her, well, why don't you keep that on there? And she's like, I know, we should keep that on there, but our corporate office doesn't allow us. So I believe they're removing those price cuts so that they look better than they actually are, right? Because they got to make their shareholders happy and things like that. So they're intentionally removing price cuts, even though they do have price cuts. And let me pan around here, guys, so you can see, because there's an entirely, you know, huge community behind me right there. You guys can see that. That goes way back. So there's hundreds of homes over there as well. And, you know, so far, you guys, you know, just similar to Vegas, similar to, you know, Austin, Houston, I don't know what they're going to do with all this inventory. I don't know who they're going to sell this to. I don't see how they're going to rent all these houses out. And I don't understand why they're building so much when they haven't sold what they have. Now, Pulte said they have about 27 homes left of about 65. But Syntex, you guys, has, you know, hundreds of houses available right now. So one of the things I want to mention is that article, I'll throw it up on the screen, said approximately, I believe, 74% of local Phoenix residences are priced out. So if I'm a local Phoenix resident, I'm going to keep my eyes on an area like this in Sundance. That's a lower price point, and I'm going to keep my eyes on it and wait for those prices to continue to go down and additional buying incentives. Now, I wanted to walk down here a little bit more so I can show you guys how far this other neighborhood goes back. Let me see if you guys can see it. You guys see how far that goes back? So, I don't know, you know, this whole narrative, oh, everything's gonna be okay, you know, the housing market's rebounding. How? There's too much inventory for new construction, you guys, and you know, the new construction meltdown can be worse than 2008. Maybe not resale, but new construction, I'm telling you guys right now, at least in the parts, you know, at least in the places that I've visited, is as bad as it was, if not worse, than 2007. But either way, guys, let me show you guys another massive master plan community right now. I'm in a massive master plan community right now called Verrado. This community, you guys, let's just say I wish I had a lot more time than just 3 hours. Basically, I have, another 45 minutes and I have to go and do a second video in another area in Phoenix. This community of Verrado is, quite frankly, you guys, is absolutely spectacular. They have so much new construction, new shops. It's like a brand new community made out of thin air. And I'm walking through a neighborhood right now called Capital West Homes. Now, I talked to the agent in that sales office. She's very helpful, you guys. And basically what I want to tell you as far as buying incentives and price point. So all of the houses, and let me pan so you guys can see. All of these houses have a price point of about $600,000 to $700,000. These houses as well, y'all, and you guys can see behind me, they have a whole bunch of lots. So right now I believe they have about 11 sold and another 88 homes, including lots available for sale. Now I talked to her, and as far as the deals that they're running right now, they're offering, or their lender's offering, a $15,000 credit towards closing costs. Look at these houses, guys. These are super nice houses. I'm not, all of these houses are nice. But I wanted to come to this price point just to give you guys an idea of what the price point is and what houses look at this price point. Now, all of these houses have also a massive, amazing view. I don't know if you guys can see that mountain in the back right there. You see that mountain? But all of these houses have a view. That's probably why they're a little bit more money. And one thing that was really cool, about that sales office, first of all, her hospitality was really nice. I felt welcome there, which is rare with new home builders. But what's really cool about all this, guys, is it's a semi-custom. So basically she was saying that, as a buyer, you can do a lot with this builder. It's not custom, it's semi-custom. So that was really cool. As well is, very willing. There's only so much she can say, and I'm not gonna throw her under the bus. She was just so helpful. She's essentially said that the builder is definitely willing to negotiate. So I'm thinking you guys could probably get, I don't know, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 more off. But then again, that also depends on how long all of this construction stays here. Because, again, I think there's only about 10 or 11 sold out of 90. And again, look at the quality here, guys. Let me pan this way. So one of the reasons why this builder can do semi-custom and negotiate the way that they can is it's a local builder. So it's a local small builder, and because of that, they can possibly get a lot more flexible. But the other problem with that is, little builders, it's gonna be, in my opinion, a little bit harder for them to weather the storm. So if it's me and I'm a local here, I'm not gonna invest here, obviously, because I don't want to, I don't want to invest here to begin with, but you're not going to be able to cash flow here. This is going to be for, someone in this price point that wants a view, that wants to do semi-custom, and that wants to get a pretty good deal on the house. Now, here's why they're not, advertising price cuts. Because all those people right there, you guys see them, if they start price cutting their houses, then it's possible that these people are going to be stuck and trapped in their house. So it's, overall, you guys, I don't know a lot about the builder, but my impression was, they're kind of, trying everything they can do not to do any price cuts. And again, as time goes on, you're gonna start seeing that integrity, if you will, to protect the current owners, you're gonna see that go away because they're gonna have to. Now, I don't know how, well a shape this builder is in because it's small, but I will say that, these houses right here, this is not like Lenore. This is amazing. And once again, guys, it's called Verrado. So go online, go on Google, check it out. It's a massive, I don't know, $billion community, no idea, but there's a lot going on out here right now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take you to one more builder, guys, and it's gonna be a price point of about $700,000 to $1 million, and it's gonna be DR Horton. So stay tuned to that. We're gonna get there now. All right, guys, so now I'm walking through the DR Horton community, and actually behind me, do you see all those lots behind me? That's David Weekley. So David Weekley back there, these are the $1 million houses. They're right on the mountain. Let me see, you guys see that mountain? I mean, there's trails right after these houses are trails. So these are amazing. This entire neighborhood, you guys, is super enchanting. Obviously, except the price point. The price point's not enchanting. But I really wanted to go through, these more luxury houses because luxury, in my opinion, luxury houses like this, especially when there's multiple builders, right, at different price points, generally these higher price points like this are gonna take the biggest hit as far as price break. They're gonna be the most difficult to sell, right? And in order to sell them, they're gonna need to go even further down on the prices because they're priced the highest in the area, which is good if you have a small house, but not if you have a big house. Now look at this house behind me. I mean, geez, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like a walkway to get into that house. I mean, and you also probably notice the construction sites. They're clean, you know, absolutely nothing like Texas. I mean, it's mind-blowing to me how bad the construction activity is in Texas from that standpoint, from a construction quality standpoint. It's not even comparable. You know, these builders out here is probably the state, it's definitely the state that requires things like this. And that's the disadvantage of Texas, real quick, guys, is they don't have as many protections like this where things are more organized and, you know, and constructed properly. I mean, these construction sites are well put together. But this is really, really astonishing. They have an overwhelming amount of luxury homes in this area, of $300,000 homes, $400,000 homes, $600,000, $700,000 homes, obviously $1 million homes. Who are they gonna sell these to? Right? Who are they gonna sell these to? You know how unaffordable this is? And if they start price cutting, and look, you know, they sold that one house right there. So those people right there are literally, listen, in the middle, they're living in the middle of a construction zone. So if this builder has to pack up shop, if they can't afford to complete this, if they have to, you know, price cut the house, those people right there, you guys, unfortunately, and it's not, I'm not saying it's good, but they're going to be the biggest at risk. And that's why I'm constantly telling you guys, pump the brakes, let the dust settle. I understand emergencies, I understand mental health, having a family. Those are factors in purchasing, I get it. But walking through places like this, it really, really puts things in perspective. Because remember, I started out this video, you know, researching YouTubers, researching what realtors were saying in this area. And, you know, from what I was gathering, you know, everyone wanted to flip the script eventually, essentially, and say everything's strong. There's a lack of inventory. There's not a lot of stuff on the market. Buy now, right? You know, they're still saying things like that. It's crazy. So, you know, when I see this in this master plan community, I mean, what lack of inventory? Right? Where's the lack of inventory? It's certainly not here. So, and again, we covered multiple price points. So what I'm gonna do right now, guys, before I do my conclusion, let me go over some stats with you guys and then I'll do my conclusion. Let me pan real quick so you guys can see. It goes all the way back there, you know, all the way back there. I like this area. To be honest though, that one neighborhood in Las Vegas, guys, in the middle of all the mountains was definitely the most charming, but this is very, very close because this is, you know, the mountains are right there. There's trails over here. Just really, really incredible, guys. I mean, you know, another thing to put in perspective is I think everyone's gonna get touched. $300,000 houses, $200,000 houses, $1 million houses, every single person is gonna get touched for the simple fact of unaffordability. And then when you want to go over the supply and demand fundamentals, well, look at the supply. Where's the demand? Right? Where's the demand? Look at the supply. So we could play that game too. Regardless, guys, I'm about to go over some stats with you and we'll wrap this one up. All right, you guys, I'm gonna throw up some stats on the screen real quick and we're gonna go over some data as far as Phoenix in total. And I'm gonna base this data, you know, on Redfin. I'm gonna use Redfin. I'll throw it up on the charts and I'll go through this quickly, guys. And I'm gonna do my conclusion as far as what I believe is happening in this area and what I think you should do. But let's talk about the stats, starting with pending sales. Here's the wicked thing, guys. Pending sales are down right now, 54%, astronomic. Now, median sales price peaked in June 26 at $487,000. It's gone down now to $424,000, making a difference of $63,000 or 12.9% decline. And guys, Phoenix is also on the year-over-year price decline list. As far as inventory growth, around January 2022, Phoenix only had 6.2 weeks of inventory. Fast forward to today, we have 22.5 weeks of inventory, according to Redfin. Now, sold homes, guys, sit down for this one, is down a whopping 44.5%. Also, the rental market is decreasing. The median rent here is $1,882. It's down month over month, 0.65, but it is up year over year, 1.7%. So in conclusion, you guys, I think the narratives are complete nonsense. I think that massive developments like this, I think it's going to put some builders out of business. If they do go out of business, if they do suffer, I think that's just going to give us and you, you know, a buying opportunity, hopefully a buying opportunity of our lifetimes. But I am definitely sold on Phoenix. definitely crashing. And I've only been to one small part. Now, as far as the first community I went to, Sundance, you know, being that the price point is the low 300s, those are decent houses. If those, you know, if those goes down, if those other houses go down, say another 20%, all I'm saying is it may be worth a look. Now, obviously the price isn't where we want it. We want more time to go by. And also remember other things that are putting pressure on the Phoenix housing market. Water. Like, what the heck is with the water? Also, short-term investment. If these HOAs start banning all of these short-term investments, Phoenix is going to have a massive problem, because Phoenix has so many Airbnb houses right now, it's completely out of control. And that brings me to the other thing, the unaffordability. The fact that 74% of people were priced out of the housing market, locals were priced out. Come on, guys, you know, think about it. That is not sustainable. That's not sustainable at all. So the other question is do I believe that Phoenix is gonna crash like it did in 2008? And also remember, I'm not saying buy right now, okay? So just to be clear on that, I'm definitely 100% saying do not buy right now. Let them have more pain. Let them pay more money. Let them, you know, let them find out that there's not a flood of buyers coming back into the market. Now, here's the thing. You know, do I think the crash will be worse than 2008? I still don't know. You know, I don't know, because I need to visit some more areas, but so far, you guys, it certainly has a lot of the ingredients, a lot of the unaffordability. You know, the inventory is skyrocketing. There's other factors, rental market meltdown, overwhelming investor shares, you know, and not to mention the overwhelming amount of inventory. Now, I don't know 100% what it looks like in the resale market, but I can certainly tell you that if by springtime, these builders don't get that flood of buyers that they're hoping to get, if they don't get that, guys, then the reality hits. They need to know that there's no flood of buyers coming back into the market. Once they know that, which is probably a couple more months, maybe even less than that, that's when I think we're gonna start seeing the war, right? The price cut war, the incentive war, things of that nature. But again, you know, I'm gonna do a little bit more research. I'm gonna do a second video. You know, in conclusion, if it's me, I'm not gonna believe the narrative. If anything, I believe even stronger now that Phoenix is definitely gonna be going through a crash. It is definitely gonna be going through a crash. They have to, these builders need to sell their houses and no one's buying them. And this is the trail that I was walking through. That's the trail that was behind those houses. Look at where I'm at. Wild, guys. So much different than Texas. So much different than Texas. But other than that, guys, I really appreciate you following along with me. Thank you for allowing me to fly around the nation and, you know, work and, you know, and put all this work in. I want to provide you guys value. Do me a favor. Remember to like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Shoot me a comment below. Let me know if you like this video, and let me know what I can do better next time when I go out to metro areas. Let me know what else you guys want to learn. Now, other than that, if you're out there investing in real estate, you know I wish you luck, and I hope you win. I'm in the desert oasis area. In order for me to get here, I drove from the other side of Phoenix, where I did my last video, all the way over to here. And to get here, you guys, I had to pass thousands and thousands and thousands of homes that were being constructed.